company needs to balance those two goals. Make sure you make money with the people who has the money. However, you also need to think about the rising star, younger generation. If you can capture their heart, you're going to be the cool brand. You're going to be the it brand, not the old and dying brand. Did you know that this is the first time 5 different generations are living on Earth together? Every generation goes through different sociocultural events. Think about your parents and yourself. You have different preferences, and that's why marketers also need to cater to different generation for distinct needs that they have. Now let's really briefly go over different generation. Baby boomers, they were born after 1946. They are working to stay active or they're already retired. And they have money and house and homes, unlike we millennials. And then there's Generation X. Many of them have divorced parents or 2 working parents while they were growing up. So they grew up with very minimal parental guidance. As a young adult, MTV music videos were really popular. So they were influenced by that one way or another. They're often senior executives at the companies. And what's really interesting about them is that they grew up without computer, but they enter the workforce with the computer. So they experience both without computer. Generation Y are a little more different. They prioritize experience over owning things. Therefore, many companies change their business model to subscription instead of ownership. For example, millennials like to use the Uber instead of using a car compared to older generation. Also, younger generations are more prone to sign up for music subscription like Spotify than older generation that has album collections. Now, let's talk about life stages. First, let's talk about baby boomer and how their life stage has been divided. From when you were born until about 20 years old, you are learning, you're exploring and adapting to the environment. You not only learn knowledge from your education, but you also learn social relationship from your friendships. From 20 to 40, this is when you transition from learning to working. You're more independent and you're making living with your career and your health is at a peak. So you can take more risk. And you also commit to a romantic relationship and start a family. From 40 to 60, that's when you are settling down. If this is a case of baby boomer, they're going back to healthier lifestyle after a period of stressful lifestyle. When you're getting old, you kind of do like chill and take care of your health. Now that you built a lot for yourself, your time is used to nurture other. It could be your children, or it could be mentoring people at work, or this is also the time people have more interest in making social contribution. After 60 until like 80 or more, people try to be happy for their end of their life. It has to adapt to declining health, and people tend to have reflect on their life lesson and try to impart on their children or younger generation. For baby boomer, these life stages happen every 20 years or so, more or less. Obviously, there's personal differences, but 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80 or more, that was sort of like a trend. And for Generation X, it was sort of similar too. But Generation Y and Z have quite different turnaround. They're getting married a lot later than older generation, and they're having children a lot later with help of medical development. because they're a lot more advanced in their career. They're a lot more advanced in their social and career contribution, and they are not willing to stick around at one company for a long time. They want to go a lot faster, so often they change jobs so that they can climb the ladder a lot faster than the older generation. Gen Z, they're also developing very fast. So going from one human stage to another human stage is sort of like merging and going faster. And they have really big desire to contribute to society at a much younger age. So they embrace more mature mindset at a younger age than much older generation. And this is very important for a marketer to keep in mind when we're targeting different generation and how their human development stage is progressing. Nowadays, baby boomers and Generation X hold the leadership position at the companies, but digital savvy millennials and Gen Z form the largest workforce as well as marketplace. So often that the decision maker at a company are older generation, but often those companies are targeting younger generation because that's where the future is. At the same time, companies are not really well suited to target all generation because of their limitation with marketing budget, and also their portfolio their product line doesn't serve all different generations. Also, companies are struggling with the shortened product life cycle. What do I mean by that? So when companies used to make product, it kind of lasted longer on marketplace. But now once you make a product, you have to make a new version of it pretty soon. So in between that, version 1 and version 2 is getting shorter. So company needs to make product and then make profit as soon as they can before the consumer is bored with it and look for a new products. Targeting different generation also give company other dilemmas. Baby boomers and Generation X, they have more money in their pocket. So if you target them, you make more money potentially. However, companies that captures the hearts and mind of millennials and Gen Z are considered to have higher brand equity with their cool factor and digital savviness. And also, millennials and Gen Z have higher power to influence their parents now, who are Generation X and baby boomers. So that you can't ignore that either. Therefore, company needs to balance those two goals. Make sure you make money with the people who has the money. However, you also need to think about the rising star, younger generation. If you can capture their heart, you're going to be the cool brand. You're going to be the it brand, not the old and dying brand. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this little lesson again. And please subscribe if you haven't already, and send me any questions that you might have, and I will come back with another marketing and branding lesson. Until then, enjoy this beautiful weather. I hope you have a good day. Bye!